This time, when people learn, in our case, like what we do, we are not even asking who they're currently using. They're just politely throwing up and saying, I'm looking for this and this. And then you take everyone's scary two words, AI, and people are so confused by it. And that's just made it easier for people to sneak into businesses and try to cause damage and do harms. If you decline somebody the job because of bad information, that is equally as problematic for the employer because of the rights of the candidate, rights of the employee, and all that stuff. You need a trusted resource in our industry that you know is getting the job done. Like AI is terrific, but AI in our world, like you can't rely on AI. You need real human beings that can deliver so that way you don't get into legal trouble as an employer.
Rob, welcome to the Heroes of HR podcast. I think you might be one of our final shows.
All right.
Because you were just late all day.
Well, I mean, I was only late because the host didn't want to show up on time. So, I mean, what are you going to do?
One of us was here. One of us was
I didn't say who.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It was that guy. So first off, third day of SHRM.
Yeah.
What have you found different this time than other times?
I think this time people are super, super direct about what they need. You know, in SHRMs of the past, it's like, oh yeah, I'm looking at different vendors and whatnot and going to all the booths. But this time, when people learn, in our case, like what we do, we are not even asking who they're currently using. They're just politely throwing up and saying, I'm looking for this, this, and this. And if you can do this, we can work together.
Yeah.
And it's
they're more direct on what they need. It's interesting because I've heard this a lot. We've talked to a lot of people here. That's what we do.
Right.
And I think that's kind of it's probably the common thread is people are coming in with intent. They know what they need. They have issues. Previously, it was kind of like, well, there's 97 companies that do X or A or B, but I don't know where to go, what to do. They've done their research. They're now doing more research, deeper research, and they come in with questions.
Well, yeah, and you can do all that research online ahead of time, just about the industry, about what they're looking for. So I agree totally. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I want to talk identity theft with you because it's what you guys do. Right? Not identity
verification.
Verification.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Identity theft.
We don't do identity theft, everybody. That's not something we do.
Yeah,
so,
no.
Anyways.
Identity verification. What are we seeing now? What is different? Because this changes all the time. Like there's so many stories that we hear that we report on of poor verification process that really leads to some sticky situations.
Yeah, 100%. And really, this was an evolution of, you have the pandemic years, and then remote hiring happens, and remote hiring isn't going anywhere and is a very good thing. And then you take everyone's scary two words, AI, and people are so confused by it. And that's just made it easier for people to sneak into businesses and try to cause damage and do harm. So the identity verification story became this is a problem and it's not going anywhere.
Right.
And with us leading the market, we just knew we had to bring a solution to market proactively to help out our customers. So that is the biggest thing people are looking at today is like protect. Right. We've had stories at this show of people who have gotten burned by the identity verification scenario. So you really have to be able to verify and know who you're interviewing before they even get close to becoming an employee of your company.
Yeah. So we're talking like you interview Rob, but then Kevin shows up.
Exactly.
Or who you think is Rob shows up.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. It's people that are not on camera during interviews, are like, oh yeah, don't send the company laptop to the address that I told you on my resume. Send it to this other state because I'm traveling to visit family and I'll work from there. And it's going to a laptop farm where they're stealing your identity. And I mean, it's like, how do you know I'm Rob Tiernan? Like you don't, right? I sound like I am. I
mean, you're wearing your shirt, but you may or may not be.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's other people here that kind of could pass for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's you.
I mean, maybe one or two. I mean, I'm a pretty unique guy, but I'm just saying, but no. But
so all right. So let's talk about some of these. I mean, I'm sure you have stories. You've been through this a little bit, right? You understand it. Give me a story. I want to be scared. Give me some verification story that just throw me for a loop.
I mean, we talk with businesses all the time where they're using our services and come to find out the employee that they were looking to hire is from another country outside of the US, and it was a laptop farm scheme where they just wanted to crack into this company because this company deals with sensitive information.
What is a laptop farm?
It's a random warehouse somewhere in the world or in the US where people from other countries set up shop and they pose as employees that they pose as Rob, but they're really John that's trying to steal secrets of the company, like almost like spy movie type stuff. Like that's a real world scenario that happens.
Yeah. Now, do I know so if I'm interviewing with a company, do I know that there's somebody behind us or they're actually spoofing the whole thing?
It's very difficult because of technology today to know somebody's faking out the company they're interviewing for. I mean, there's telltale signs if it's always that hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, they were always off camera. Oh yeah, they never answered on the first phone call, and it's like, don't use this phone number, use this phone number.
Right.
But like when you're interviewing, you talked about this before, like it's tough to get great talent. Yeah. So employers are so starved to have anybody want to interview.
They jump in and take it.
They're not thinking about it like that. And it's like, this is like large companies are getting attacked, small companies, municipalities, like everybody is fair game for a bad actor, as it's kind of called, to crack into their business.
We do work with a lot of different background check companies and different types. And we have one that does monitoring, social monitoring. And we did a series, William and I did a series. It was, misconduct. It was something on misconduct. And there was one where the guy stole the ambulance or something, and he was doing all this stuff, and it's crazy. Like these things that happen.
The things we see out there. And when you talk about like social media monitoring and screening, like that's a whole other world of crazy scenarios. Like the things people post and you're trying to get a job at a very reputable business is wild.
Who are they? Are they going to be good actors, bad actors, and the whole thing? Yeah, that's nuts. So identity verification, that's not the only thing we need to worry about.
No. Just in general, when it comes to doing a background check of the people that you're paying money to provide that service, you need to know you're getting concrete, absolute facts when that report is delivered. And, that's one of the separating factors of how we operate is we have degreed individuals that have a very long tenure average with our team that customers can interact with and talk to, because background checks is very interesting because you either have a provider possibly where something isn't found and then that candidate becomes an employee, which is bad. Had somebody at the show say, a murderer slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
I said, excuse me? She goes, oh no, that really happened.
Yeah.
I said, well, we would stop that by doing A, B, and C. So we should work together. But then the other part of it is if you decline somebody the job because of bad information,
that was incorrect,
that is equally as problematic for the employer because of the rights of the candidate or rights of the employee and all that stuff. So,
well, then it puts the employer in a very bad situation. We've seen this through co-employers with staffing firms, et cetera, and in different types of, employee groups and stuff like that, where background checks are being run, good or bad.
Yeah.
Employer takes the word of the background check company. Turns out it was wrong. And now the employer's held, or they're in court, right? And it's like, who's liable for it? Is it third party or is it the actual employer?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you need a trusted resource in our industry that is getting the job done. Like AI is terrific, but AI in our world, like you can't rely on AI. You need real human beings that can deliver, so that way you don't get into legal trouble as an employer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Rob, this has been great, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by.
Absolutely.
And want to get some coffee at your booth. And when you giving that car away? Because I like to get that.
So in an hour, we're going to get 55 people over. And when they put their hand on the car, the last one to let go wins it. So
I'm in.
Not happening.
Let's do it.
Love it. Thanks for the time.
Take care, brother.